It's Monday, July 13th. Welcome aboard to this edition of Barnstable Today. I'm Kevin Friel.
And I'm Andrew Gobiel. Thank you very much for joining us.
We'd like to remind you right at the top that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. You can check them out at www.town.barnstable.ma.us.
Barnstable Today coming to you from Marston's Mills, my old stomping grounds right now. We are on the location of the Barnstable Fairgrounds Golf Course, town-owned and operated golf course. Beautiful conditions out here. Wish we had the time to go out and hit the ball around a little bit later on today. But talking about golf, we thought this is only appropriate because golf, mini variety, is going to return to some extent to Main Street in Hyannis. Right now, Kevin Friel had an opportunity earlier today to talk with those of the Barnstable Education Foundation about a very important fundraising opportunity involving Main Street in Hyannis and mini golf.
We're on Main Street, Hyannis, with Sheila Burns, president of the Barnstable Education Foundation. She has been extremely busy working on creating a new 9-hole mini golf course here on Main Street. Sheila, what's this experience been like?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's been a new experience for everybody involved, except for the fellow named Kerry McNamara who does this. But for us, it's a new experience. We did a fundraiser last fall that was a regular golf tournament, and everybody knows what that is. But when it came down to actually building a mini golf course, totally new experience. We had to find land. When we started, those of us who don't know anything about mini golf and building it, we were building, in our minds, building platforms out here. And we had people come and call and say, you know, Sheila, we'll help you. We want to do this for the kids. And because of that, this is what's happening.
There certainly has been a huge outpouring of support for this project. Give us a taste of like how many different organizations and businesses have assisted. I know if you list them all, it could go on forever, but tell us a little bit about how that support has come up.
We reached out in the beginning to our friends and acquaintances, and then from there it just kind of grew like a spider's web. And somebody knew somebody else, and someone knew somebody else, and asked them to help. And you know, it's amazing, Kev, when you ask people to help, you know, some people are just waiting to be asked. And so here we are asking them to help, because eventually what's going to happen here is going to benefit every child in the public schools in Barnstable.
We're in the middle of this construction site here on Main Street. Workers are still grinding out the hours until it's time to open the golf course. When's that going to be? Tell us the hours and those sort of things.
Well, the golf course is going to be open from July 18th through August 9th. It'll open at 11 o'clock in the morning. It closes at 9 o'clock at night. It is staffed entirely by volunteers for each of those days, 7 days a week. People will be able to come and play. The cost will be $5 a person to play. And because everything is volunteer and everything is donated, all of the proceeds from the mini golf will go directly to the children. So that's when it's open. Come on down.
There has been talk of how this mini golf course is a lot different from other mini golf courses that you find on the Cape, because the Cape is covered with mini golf courses. This one is known as the 9 holes of local treasures.
That's it. We're celebrating local treasures on Cape Cod. We have holes that are being built by people from the Woods Hole Oceanographic. You'll see Alvin the submarine down there, a replica of Alvin anyway. You'll see people from the local artists who have helped people build and construct and design things like C Street Beach, which is supposed to be behind us. And they have done murals of C Street Beach, and all the things on the golf course itself, on the hole, will reflect C Street Beach. We have a hole here that, you know, what other treasure of Cape Cod is there than our rotaries? So here we have a rotary, and you'll see eventually, I don't want to give it away, but you'll see eventually what happens to some cars when they get into the rotary. So there'll be all kinds of fun things and interesting things. The hole down at the beginning is ice cream. Now, it may not be just a Cape Cod treasure, but it certainly is a Cape Cod treasure. So everything here reflects a Cape Cod treasure.
Sheila, let's talk a little bit about the Barnstable Education Foundation. Since you've moved on from Centerville Elementary School, being my first grade teacher and then principal for a while, you've started with a group of people, the Barnstable Education Foundation. Could you tell us about how that began?
Sure. Actually, it began about 8 years ago with Karen McDonald, C.L. Finari, and Andre Revenel, who was the superintendent at the time. And then all kinds of things happened in the school system, and it kind of fell by the way. The impetus wasn't there to keep it going. And a year and a half, well, about 2 years ago, the superintendent, Patty Grenier, asked me if I would be interested, because I had just retired from the school system, in doing something and reviving it. And of course, you know, at that point I was exhausted and I didn't want to do much at all. And I said, oh yeah, I'll be a member. Well, now I'm the president. And we have only been in existence for a year and a half. And we are a very small group of people. And as many volunteers, organizations realize, you get a small group of people and then you network. And it's the impetus of that small group of people. So that's what we do. And all the money that we collect goes directly to classroom teachers for projects. Now, we've only been in existence a year and a half. We had a successful golf tournament at the Hyannis Golf Club last fall, and from that we were able to distribute over $3,000 in grants. Classroom teachers write proposals for grants. We have a grant committee that reviews the grants, and then money is distributed. We have funded things as varied as having Greenbrier Nature Center come in and talk about Cape Cod birds to the children in the elementary school, to a poetry slam at the high school where the high schoolers wrote their own poetry, recited their own poetry, and had an outlet for their creativity, and then were awarded cash prizes. So it's a very varied use of the money depending on what the teachers want. What we're trying to do is support things that are not supported by the budget today. And not much is supported by the budget today other than pencil and papers. Mm-hmm. So we're in the business of innovative education, and hopefully supporting teachers that have good ideas that just would not be able to implement them without us.
You have a pretty great website if people want to go check it out. It's BarnstableEducationFoundation.com.org. I was on there the other day. There's anything from the golf tournaments to this 9-hole treasures mini golf. If someone wants to volunteer to come out and work at this 9-hole mini golf course, who would they get in touch with? How would they go about doing that?
They can go to the website, as you said, BarnstableEducationFoundation.org. There's a place to sign up, excuse me, and volunteer there. And so they can do it that way, or they can email us at bef123@comcast.net. And I will personally get back to anyone who is interested in helping us, because, as I said before, this is all manned and staffed by volunteers.
And around at that, once they get up and running, is going to cost $5. Again, the proceeds to the foundation, the Education Foundation, and they will have the official ribbon-cutting ceremony Friday at 6 o'clock with Town Manager John Clem.
On the meeting schedule this week for Monday, July 13th, at 7 o'clock, the Planning Board has a meeting in the Town Hall hearing room.
Also, at Monday at 7:30, the Sandy Neck Board is going to meet at the MEA office on Finney's Lane.
For Tuesday, July 14th at 8:30 until 12:30, the Conservation Commission has a hearing in the Town Hall hearing room.
There's a Board of Health meeting at 3 o'clock on Tuesday in the hearing room.
Also on Tuesday from 5 to 7, Coastal Resources Committee will be meeting in the Selectmen's Conference Room.
And the School Committee is going to meet Tuesday night at 7 o'clock in the hearing room at Town Hall.
Then on Wednesday, July 15th at 7:30, the Shellfish Committee has a meeting in the MEA Conference Room on Finney's Lane.
And Thursday night at 7 o'clock in the hearing room at Town Hall, the Town Council is going to meet.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kevin Friel.
And I'm Andrew Gobeil. Have a great night.